Right then, guys, we've been talking about making this video for a little while now then. Can Luton do it? Can they make it the great escape and avoid relegation? You've been wanting to do this video for a little while now, especially after the Liverpool game when you nearly and probably should have been beaten by them. You said you saw something in them, and I was like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not do it. But it's about time, to be fair. They've been looking really good. And
I thought you were going to say it's about time we got something right.
and they have been unlucky against quite a lot of teams so far. So come on then, mate. What do you think?
Yeah, I saw them in the Liverpool game. Obviously, we were shocking and they were really good. And I said, they're actually playing really good football, like, out of the tie errors and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember texting you, and you were like, what, because of one draw, they're going to be able to stay up. I said, no, let's just do a video. And then the week after, I think they got a win.
I think so.
They beat...
Well, they had a couple, haven't they?
They beat someone. I can't remember who it was. But they beat someone. Palace 2-1.
Yeah.
Palace 2-1. And then I said, let's do the vid. You still don't want to do the vid. And I've won you round, haven't I?
Well, yeah.
But what's impressed me with them is, obviously, their away form is probably not going to be what's keeping them up. It's going to be the home form.
The home form,
it's a fortress.
Yeah.
And I know I always joke that they've turned Kenny into a fortress, but they've played Liverpool 1-1.
Yeah.
They've played Chelsea, lost 3-2 marginally at the weekend. They've played Arsenal, lost 4-3, gave them a great game.
Shouldn't have been
They've played... Who they played you?
City.
City, they lost 2-1 by one goal.
We beat them 1-0 with 10 men, but they had... Yeah,
so they've played all the top teams at home, which means they've now got to play all the teams around them at home at some point in the season. So I just think if they can start picking up these wins at home, they could give themselves a chance, because they're a lot better than people give them credit for.
Well, I have to apologise first of all, because I said at the start of the season, I said I can't see them getting more than 17 points, and they're only 2 points away from that right now.
That's just reminded me, I didn't actually put them rock bottom either.
You did. I did. But to be fair, like you said, their home form has been impressive. Obviously, I think when you look at the team, it initially felt like they built a team to come straight back up. And I think realistically, if you ask Luton fans, they'd almost be happy to sort of do that bounce, go down and come straight back up, because you can't argue with that. But the thing I love about Luton so much is that never say die attitude. And we said it early on when we looked at like Burnley and Sheffield. They didn't have that same fight or desire that Luton had, and they are playing really good football. And I tell you, like, I'm a massive fan of that Alfie Doherty.
Quality.
And Barkley's added that splash of class as well since he's come in.
Yeah, I was going to say, what I love about them is they could be 3-0 down like they were against Chelsea at the weekend, and they're still fighting.
Still had that fight, yeah.
I've never known a team that are so limited, but give it a right go.
Yeah.
Like most teams will just sit back and just wait to be beat. They give it a go.
Yeah.
And they might concede 2, but they might go and score 2 or 3.
Yeah, but you don't see Chef's been pumped like 8 or whatever nil they did early on.
They don't ship loads.
Yeah.
Most of their games they lose by a goal.
That's what I mean. But they step it up against the big teams, like you said. Obviously Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, City. Like they've done it.
Yeah.
Like they've been there. They probably should have got more results than they did.
So the challenge now is, can they do it around them? But I think they've got some good players. The goalie, I've been impressed with. I'm not even going to try and say his name.
Yeah.
That Doherty on left back gets assists, really good going forward on really good delivery. I rate him.
Adebayo up front's pretty decent as well.
I think Barkley, like you say, has made a difference.
Barkley and Townsend's been all right.
It's brought a bit. And they've got, is it the lad at Adebayo, and him, because they've dropped.
I do worry a little bit, because obviously I think Lockyer is going to be a massive miss. But I think this, obviously we're into January now. I feel like if they get obviously another defender to try and replace him, and then maybe a quick winger. I've heard links of like Jack Clark from Sunderland, ex-Spurs boy. He's ripping up in the Championship at the minute. Yeah, it could make a big difference.
Yeah, if they could just, the level they are, if you just get a couple of decent signings like your Townsend, Barkley, it could make the world of difference.
Well, the problem is, I do think if one of the 3 are getting out, it is Luton. Easy to say that with them being that one team. But my biggest issue is who's getting sucked in.
I knew you were going to say that.
You look at it like, obviously Forest have just had that manager bounce. Palace are kicking now, obviously with Lise and Eze like firing all cylinders. You've got Everton and Bournemouth, they're ticking. Brentford's the only one I can potentially see getting sucked in. But then they've got Tony coming back. And I know there's all this hype that Tony's getting sold in Jan. He ain't getting sold in Jan. No one's paying. No one's shipping 100 mil, what they're asking for. He's got a year left on his contract in the summer. And they need him too much. And then Bremer's back. I don't know exactly how long he's out for.
This is what I was going to say. I wonder how, because everyone's expecting Tony to come in and start banging the goals. He may do. But I wonder how much not having Bremer feeding him could affect him and the team.
Yeah.
But they were the ones that I agree. They're the ones that I think could get sucked in. But then also looking at it, there's always teams that you don't expect to get sucked in, and they do get sucked in.
Well, this is it. It's the beauty of football.
Yeah.
And like I said, I feel like they've built a strong team to go back down and come back up again. But like I said, it's difficult in terms of when you look at the other teams, like squad depth. But it's football. It's crazy. Anything can happen.
100%.
Anything can happen.
Matt, one of our viewers, big Luton fan.
Yeah.
And I know he's loving it. Like, he's absolutely loving the fact that they've come up. They're giving it a go. They're having a bit of fun. Even if they go shut it down, they've had a bit of fun with it. Do you know what I mean? They're not,
Well, that's it. I mean,
what else could you ask for, really?
any football fan, you want to go and watch your team, at least give it a go.
Yeah.
And have a try and not get spunked every bloody week.
Yeah. And they don't.
4 or 5-0. And they haven't. That's what I mean. When you're going up against the big boys and then you're getting results, you go down and you can be like, "Do you know what, we've held our heads
100%,
high.
100%.
We've had a great season." But like I said, let us know in the comments. Do you think, can Luton do it? Can they stay up? If they do, who goes down instead? Make sure you like and subscribe.
Go on, you
And we'll see you in the next one.